Okay, I have started the recording. Now, what I said, there's something called a JDK, Java Development Kit, and versions started with 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. The latest version is 1.8. In the same way, Java runtime environment, it started with 1.1, 1.2, it went till 1.8. Okay. Now, yesterday we also saw how to run a Java program on your computer. Correct? We tried to run this B27.java in yesterday's class. Now, if you want to run this Java program, you need something called as Java Development Kit or Java Runtime Environment. Okay. If you want to compile and run, you will need JDK, and if you just want to run the compiled version, you need the JRE. Okay. So I will go ahead and download JDK. Okay, JDK 8. The reason is when you download JDK, it contains JRE inside it. JRE plus some other libraries. Okay, so when you download JDK, by default, you will get JRE, guys. Okay, so it's like JRE is part of JDK. Okay, but if you want to download only JRE, that is also possible. See, I'm saying JDK download, and I'm going into this Oracle website, guys. Okay, don't go to any other website which says file hippo or something like that. Okay, it will introduce some or other viruses on your computer, so always go with something which says Oracle. Okay, so I'll open this link, and this is what you see. You can download JDK. In the same way, if you want to download JRE, you just need to say JRE, press enter, and open that. See, it gives you JREs, guys. Okay. Now, why I'm going for Java Development Kit, guys? When you download Java Development Kit, there is JDK, JRE will be inside it, so you need not worry about anything. Okay. Perfect, guys. Now, so far this is perfect, guys. Okay, so let me go ahead and download Java Development Kit. Okay, now there are various versions. Okay, this is for Linux. First two are for first till here it is for Linux, then this is for Mac OS, then it's something it says Solaris. Okay, all this for Solaris. Now Windows, there are two things. Okay, one which says Windows x86 and Windows x64. Now, which one to download for you guys? That is the question. Okay, which one to download for you? Because yesterday I had confirmed that all of you have Windows computer, so it will be one among these two. One among these two. So which one is very simple, guys? Okay, just open your computer and right click on this PC. On Windows 8 and Windows 10, it will be saying this PC. In Windows 7 it might say computer. On Windows XP it might say my computer. Okay, my computer. Okay, so if you're using Windows 7, so you might, instead of this PC, you might see computer. Okay, right click on the computer and click on properties, guys. Now when you click on properties, what do you see here? You see here your operating system is 64-bit. I'm not talking about the processor architecture, guys. I'm not talking about the processor architecture, but my operating system is 64-bit operating system, guys. That's what it says. 64-bit operating system. So if my operating system is 64-bit, I will go ahead and download this Windows 64-bit version, this one guys. Okay, at the very bottom you see this. And if at all your operating system is 32-bit, then probably you will go ahead and download this one guys, one which says x86. All right, any doubt? Anybody having any doubt? Anybody facing network issues?
No, Vishal.
Okay, perfect guys. All right, so fine guys, and this is what it is. Okay, so all you need to do is download this particular file. Okay, once you download, you will get a file like this. You will get a file like jdk8, now what we're 121. Okay, some file like this. That's what you're gonna get guys. All you need to do is double click on it and keep on clicking next. Okay, it hardly will take around 10 minutes guys. Okay, for the installation you need not do anything, just installation of anything, that is double click on it and it will keep on going. It will it will just ask you next guys, nothing else. Okay, now once you do this, once the Java installation is over, you need to do following things guys. What is that you need to do is you just need to confirm, go to your C drive. Okay, and I'm not saying doing this guys. Okay, see the problem is if I keep on installing and uninstalling the Java development kit now, most of the times I have seen the corruption in the Java development kit. Okay, and sometimes I have to what you call this, I have to go ahead and what is that, format my computer altogether. Okay, so on an average, I'm starting a batch. Okay, on an average 15 or 20 days one batch I'm starting. Okay, so every time or sometimes in 10 days. Okay, so because multiple batches are going on, so if I keep on doing this, no, it gets corrupted. So I am not gonna show you how to go ahead and install it, nothing guys. It's very simple. You double click on it, it will ask you next. That's it, nothing else you need to do this guys. Okay, and if possible I will upload that video also from my other batch wherein I had shown how to go ahead and install this JDK guys. Okay, that video I'll try to upload. Is that fine? Anybody having any problem? And you guys, if at all you, when you are installing, having any issues on your computer, you can definitely contact me guys. Okay, and it will hardly take less than 10 seconds for me to get into your computer and see what's going on. Okay, so installation is very simple guys. Now once the installation is over, and I'm only not doing only because I'm not doing only because I don't want to corrupt this one. Okay, because if I keep on doing it tend to get corrupted guys. Now once the installation is over, okay, when you go to your add or remove programs, okay, add or remove programs, you will see Java being listed there. Okay, and you can have multiple versions of Java guys. Okay, I have Java SE development kit 6 update 22, and it for every Java development kit there will be something called as update guys. Okay, don't worry. So I have two versions of Java SE development kit 8 and Java SE development kit 6 guys. Okay, two things I have. Okay, now this is what you will be seeing on the screen. Okay, and believe me guys, okay, even though the latest version is 1.8, there are still 75% of the Java application in the industry, they are on Java 1.6 guys, because Java 1.6 is one of the most stable Java version. Okay, and you can say around 15%, you can say 15%, you can say Java 1.7, and so remaining is what, 10%, right? Okay, so you can say 9% is Java 1.8. Okay, and other 1% is say Java 1.4 or 1.5. Okay, you can say 1.5, no one is using 1.4. Okay, but the latest is Java 1.8. Okay, and we will be learning Java 1.8, and there will not be any difference as such. Okay, I'll be telling you what is the difference that you have in Java 1.8 and 1.6 and 1.7. Okay, programmatically, but you guys, for our discussion, we'll be using Java 1.8, which is the latest one. Okay, now when you have this something like this, you will, I said, you will install JDK. That is it guys. Okay, that is it. Once you install the JDK, you go to command prompt and say Java space hyphen version, Java space hyphen version guys, and press enter. It should give you some version here. It should not say Java cannot be resolved to a type. Okay, it should not say something like this. Say, I'm giving you a wrong command. Okay, so it should not say Java is not recognized as an internal or external command, but it should give you something like this. Okay, then it means that Java is installed on your computer. Okay, but there will be chances when it gets installed properly, but your computer doesn't know how to where to look for Java. When someone types like this, just a minute, when someone types like this, Java space hyphen version, your computer doesn't know where to look for this Java version. Okay, and in that case, it will give you these kinds of error. What kinds of error? Java cannot be resolved. It says Java M here. Okay, but it will say that time Java cannot be resolved to an internal or external command. Is not recognized as an internal or external command. This is what you're gonna see guys. In that case, what you have to do is you have to tell the computer about the Java location. You have to tell the computer about the Java location guys. You have to tell the computer, hey computer, my Java is located in so and so location. This is what you need to tell. How to tell? I will gonna tell you guys. This process of telling the Java where your where the Java is, process of telling your computer where the Java is, when someone types Java space something on the command prompt, where to search for that particular file, is called as setting Java path and setting Java home. Okay, there are two things. One is setting Java path and another one is setting Java home guys. Okay, so these two things, if we set something called as Java path and Java home, if we set, you can tell your computer that yes, this is the location of my Java. Okay, this is the location of my Java. Now how to tell that is, it's very simple guys. Okay, how to tell is very simple. Again, you open your computer, right click on my computer, Windows XP. If it is Windows XP, my computer. Windows 7, it will be saying computer. Windows 8 and Windows 10, I'll say it will say this computer. Right click on this computer, this PC, go to properties, okay, and then go to advanced system settings. Go to advanced system setting, guys. Once you go in here, there will be different tabs. You need to go to environment variables right here, guys. Environment variables, okay. So let me repeat it. Right click on this PC, properties, advanced system settings, environment variables, and when you click on this environment variables, I have already set this Java path, okay. You will see some window like this, first one window, this one will say user variables for Vishal, and the second one is system variables, okay. If I set something in the user variables, guys, only when I log in with my username it will be applicable, but you want to apply any settings to the entire computer, you have to do that in under system variable tabs somewhere here, okay, somewhere here. So all you need to do is simple, guys. Click on new and type java underscore home, and in variable tab, variable values, you have to tell the location of the Java, where your Java gets installed, guys. Normally all of us will have our programs in C drive, program files, Java, and JDK, guys. This is what you need to give. This is what you need to give. Just type it here and click OK. That's all you need to do, guys. This is how you will set something called as Java home. Okay, you will set something called a Java home like this. Once, just click OK. I'm not doing OK because I have already set this Java home. Once you do this, there will be one more thing called as path variable. Okay, path. It will be already be there on every computer. Path variable will be already be there. This Java home will not be there, so you are creating new and typing Java home and its path. But path variable will always be there. So here what you need to do, path, select that path and click on edit. Click on edit. Okay. Now this is the difference between Windows 7 and Windows 10. In Windows 10, path variable will be looking like this. Okay. But on Windows 7 machine, the path variable, when you click on edit, it will look something like this. It will say something like path, okay, and it will have lots of things here, guys. Many things you will see, okay, many things you will see, okay, many things. Don't worry what all things are there, okay, what all things, whatever that you see, it might say some application like you know, temp or temp, okay, something and all it will say, okay. You need not worry about anything, okay. Just go towards the very end, very end, put a semicolon. I have put a semicolon here at the very end. Put a semicolon, and for path, for Java home we selected till here, but for path select till bin like this. Select till bin, and after that semicolon just paste it, guys. Okay, and before that it will not be JDK and something, it will be something, some something all you will see. Okay, so don't worry what is that something all you will see, but all you need to do is go toward to at the end, put a semicolon and give the entire Java JDK path till the bin folder and click OK. That's it. But in my case, since I'm using Windows 10, you have to click on, when you click on path, it opens me like this, one above another. I need to click new here and enter that. Okay, but for you guys it's different. Okay, I already entered, so I'm not entering it again. Okay, any doubts guys about how to set Java path or Java home? And when you are setting, if at all you guys are getting any issues, you can definitely contact me guys. No issues at all. And why we are setting Java home and Java path? Basically we are telling our computer that, okay boss, this is the location of Java on my computer. That is it, nothing more than that. So if someone calls Java related files, it will look into that particular location. Okay, any doubts? Angel, any doubt? Anyone else? Any doubt guys?
No, Vishal.
Okay, perfect. Just a minute guys. All right. Okay, so no issues. Now that's it guys, that's about the Java thing. Okay, now I still did not tell you what is the difference between JDK and JRE, and this is the time to tell you guys what is the difference between JDK and JRE. So in configuring the Java is simple. Install JDK, download and install JDK, set Java home, set Java underscore home, set path variable. That is it. This, if you do these three things, Java is installed and configured on your computer. That's it guys. Now why we need JDK, why we need JRE, that's what we're gonna see guys. Okay, consider this as a box like this. Okay, and consider this is your JRE. Okay, this is your JRE box guys. If you have something like this, then inside JRE you will have, just a minute guys, you will have something called as, sorry, this is not your JRE, I'm so sorry guys. Say this is your JDK. So sorry guys. This is your JDK. Okay, and say this is your JRE, because as of now I told you JRE will be part of your JDK. Okay, first thing first guys. Okay, now I said how to compile a Java program guys. See, I have a Java file here in this location, F bash 27 class 1. Okay, I have a Java file there. I'll go to CMD, I'll go to that location. What is that? Okay, F drive. Okay, then CD, I'll go to that particular location. Now I'll say Java C hyphen bash 27.java. Java C space, sorry, Java C space batch 27.java. Okay, this is what I will do. When you say Java C from here, okay, something gets called as compiler. Compiler gets called, guys, and where this compiler resides is, this is the location of your compiler. You will have the compiler somewhere over here, which will not be part of your JRE, which will not be part of your JRE. This is called as compiler. So LAR or LER, I'm not sure. Okay, just check, guys. Okay, compiler. I'm really bad at the spelling. Okay, so this will be your compiler. It will not be part of your JRE, guys. Okay. Now what, once it gets compiled, it gives me, so if I go in here, okay, now let me compile it. It will give me one more file called as bash27 dot bash27 dot, just a minute, guys, it's giving me some problem. Bash27 dot class file. See, bash27 dot class file got generated. Now when you say Java space, now compilation is done, I have to execute it. I have to say batch27 dot, that's it, batch27 I will say. I will not say batch27 dot class. Okay, correct? That's when it makes a call to something called as, it makes a call to something called as Java virtual machine, guys. Okay, it makes a call to something called as Java virtual machine, and the short form is JVM. Okay, this is your JVM. Now when you say about JVM, there will be two things inside the JVM. Okay, there will be two things inside the JVM. The first one is called as interpreter, and there will be one more part called as one more part called as JITC. Full form is just in time compiler. What are these two things? We will definitely see, guys, no need to worry. But this will be a typical architecture of your JDK and the JRE and the JVM. Okay, so compilation will be done by a compiler which will be part of your JDK, and once the compilation is done, when you do the execution, okay, it will be taken care by the JRE, Java runtime environment, and it will in turn make a call to JVM. When you are executing this program, it will make a call to JVM. Okay, make a call to JVM. Now JVM has two things, guys. One is interpreter and one is just-in-time compiler. And JVM, see, when it executes, it either gives that, say there are 10 statements in a program, there are 10 lines of code, say line 1, line 2, like likewise if you go line 10, say there are 10 lines of code, guys. Okay, say there are 10 lines of code. Now some of these lines will be JVM decides, okay, it will be given to interpreter. Some of these lines will be given to just-in-time compiler, guys. So what I said, some lines will be executed by interpreter and some lines will be done by just-in-time compiler. This is what I have told you guys. Now I will be able to tell you which lines will be done by just-in-time compiler and which lines will be done by executed by interpreter. That is what I'll be telling you guys now. Any doubt so far, guys? Anything that is which is confusing for you at this point of time? Anyone? No? Okay, perfect, guys. Okay, so I have not started the coding yet, guys. Okay, but imagine all of you might know something called, there is something called as for loop in programming languages. Okay, there is something called as for loop. It looks like this: for int I is equal to 0, I is less than say 10,000, and I plus plus. And you say you want to write something like, you want to write I'm from India. Okay, say system dot out dot println I am from India. This is what you need to write 10,000 times. Okay, and before that you are doing something like int x equal to 300 plus 500. Okay, and you are doing on some other line, you are saying 300 minus 500 into I equals to, okay, something all you are doing. Okay, so these are the lines of codes. For example, 1 2 3 4 and say 5 6. Okay, 6 lines of codes are there in your program. Okay, now which line will be given to interpreter? Say it gets compiled. Okay, so first of all, this is my source file. For example, this is my source file, and we compile it and say it gets into a class file. Okay, dot class file. And when we execute it, what happens? I have told you yesterday, class file is not the machine language. It's not the machine language. Okay, so it will be first be converted from intermediate language to machine language. That's the job of interpreter and just-in-time compiler. Convert each byte code corresponding to this line, 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 this line. Every of these byte code will be converted into machine language by JVM, and JVM in turn will uses interpreter and just-in-time compiler. Now the question is, now the main question is, JVM will use interpreter or just-in-time compiler. Which among these lines, which among these, say this is the first line, this is second line, third line, fourth, fifth, which among these lines it will give to interpreter, and which among this line it will give to just-in-time compiler? That's the thing, guys. Now the answer to this is, what these do, what this interpreter does it, interpreter say, I have say few more lines of code here. System, say system.println, something like this. Hello, how are you? Okay, what JVM does is JVM will give this line to the interpreter. Interpreter will convert it into machine language and it will execute. Okay, this is the thing. JVM will give this line to interpreter. Interpreter will convert it into machine language and then it will be executed. Now, then what is the next line? Again, you are doing something like this. So this line will be taken. Interpreter will convert it into machine language. Okay, machine language, and then it will be executed. Now this is a for loop. Okay, now there is a for loop here. This line will be executed by the interpreter again. Okay, and it converted into machine language and then it will be executed. At this point of time, your JVM knows that okay, there is a for loop and next line has to be executed 10,000 times. This line, what I'm telling you, has to be executed 10,000 times. Now the question is whether your JVM will compile this line, say every 10,000 time when it is trying to execute, will it compile every 10,000 time to make it to machine language and then execute, or it will compile it only once? Only once compile this line, store it in some variable and execute it 10,000 times. Okay, so basically you are saving a lot of time if at all you are compiling it only once and executing many times. Okay, but if at all every time you execute this line, you compile it, you say for compiling it takes 1 second. Okay, it doesn't take 1 second. Okay, 1 second is too much. Okay, and say executing this line, it takes 1 second. Okay, compiling 1 second, 1 second, and execution also takes 1 second. Okay, compiling takes 1 second, execution also takes 1 second. So if this line every time it compiles 10,000 times compilation and 10,000 time execution, it will need around 20,000 seconds. 20,000 seconds. But what if I compile it once, store it in some buffer, some memory, and then execute it 10,000 times? So here the time taken will be much reduced. Say time taken will be somewhere around 10,001, guys. That's it. So you are almost saving 9,999 seconds. Now the thing to understand is whenever there is something which gets repeated, which has to be repeatedly executed, those things will be handled by just-in-time compiler, guys. Those things which are which needs to be the similar, what is that called? The same line of code, if it has to be executed multiple times, that JVM gives those lines to just-in-time compiler, and if it has to be executed only once, that will be part of interpreter. Okay, not just for loop, guys. Anything, say you have a while loop, and in the while loop you are making it 10,000 times, you are printing something. Again, that thing will be handled by just-in-time compiler. So in our example, the system.out.println, which has to be executed 10,000 times, will be given to just-in-time compiler. Okay, and it takes only 10,001 seconds. If at all I had given it to interpreter, it would have taken 20,000 seconds. Then again this line, it will be again given back to interpreter. Okay, so did you guys understand when the interpreter comes into picture and how when the just-in-time compiler comes into picture, guys? Any doubt? This is very important, guys. Okay, but practically it's of not much important, but sometimes they do ask you in the interview. Okay, and this is the architecture of your JDK and the JRE. Okay, and apart from this there will be some other things, guys, okay, which is of not much importance. Okay, there will be some other things like you might have something called as a utility called jar. Okay, jar. Okay, so you have written some code and you want to convert that code into jar file. Okay, you want to package that code, you want to convert it into a jar file, then this utility will be used. Okay, but most important thing is compiler, JVM, interpreter, and just-in-time compiler. Okay, so any doubt, guys? What is the difference between interpreter and just-in-time compiler? When it will be used? Which one will be used when? No doubt. Okay, let me just store this, guys. Now we will see one more thing. Okay, JRE, JDK JRE. We will see one more thing, something called as Eclipse, guys. Okay, I have told you yesterday something called as Eclipse. What is this Eclipse, guys? Okay, why we use Eclipse? That's what we will be seeing right now. Okay, why do we need Eclipse? That's what we'll be trying to see, guys. Okay, the reason why we use Eclipse is very simple, guys. Say here I'm trying to, this is my Java code. I have to manually compile it. Okay, manually compile it by using the command prompt. And it's like, you have to remember all the commands, this, that, and all these things. Okay, but if you use Eclipse, the compilation happens automatically. That's the first advantage. Okay, that's the first advantage. Second advantage is, say this is a plain text. Instead of lowercase t, you type uppercase T, and now you try to compile it. It will give you error. See, it is giving you error. Error cannot find the symbol, something like that. So unless you compile your program, now I'm doing it again by changing it. Now it will work fine. Okay, unless you compile your program, you will not know whether you have done some mistake or not. Any syntax error and all these things. By mistake, say you are not typing this. Okay, and now you are trying to compile it again. It will give you error again. Okay, expected something, all these things. Unclosed string literal. Okay, so here we have not closed it, something like that. So the problem is, unless we compile it, we will not know what is the problem, and you have to be very careful while typing. So all these things can be avoided if at all you are using Eclipse, guys. Okay, and what is this Eclipse? Eclipse is nothing but IDE, that is integrated development environment, guys. Okay, Eclipse is one of the IDE, that is integrated development environment. Now Eclipse is the only option we have? No, guys. Okay, we have something called as NetBeans. There is something called as STS. there is something called as Intel IJ. Okay, among these, I think only this Intel IJ is a paid software, but all other things, NetBeans, STS, Eclipse, these are all free softwares. Okay, only Intel IJ is a paid software, but all these other things are free softwares. Okay, and in the industry, 90%, 98% of the people, those who are using Selenium, they are using Eclipse. Okay, or 98% of the time, those who use core Java, they definitely use just the core Java, they definitely use Eclipse, guys. Okay, now let's go ahead and see what is Eclipse and how to get it. Okay, and once we are done with the Eclipse, we will finish it for today. Okay, and we'll probably meet the next weekend, guys. Okay, any doubts before I proceed? Anyone? All right, guys. Okay, no doubt. Fine. All right, guys. Now I'm just closing this. I will go to Google again, or else I'll type it here. I'll say Eclipse download. Eclipse download. That's what I'm saying, guys. Now, when I say Eclipse download, it gives me something called as www.eclipse.org. Don't, again, here also don't go to FileHippo or some other website, guys, that will gonna give you a lot of lot of virus, so you cannot rely on that. Okay, go to eclipse.org. If I go into this particular website, okay, it's giving me something. Okay, so don't worry. So no, not this website. Try to go to the second website, that is eclipse.org/downloads. Okay, go to this website. Now this is the version, the latest version of Eclipse is Neon, guys. Okay, Eclipse also has different version, like I remember some of the versions before Neon. It was something called as, okay, there is something called as uh, Mars, then Ganymede, Luna. Okay, all these different versions were there. The latest version is Neon, guys. Okay, latest version is Neon. Now the question is, so should I directly go ahead and click on this download 64-bit option, or I should be clicking something else? That is the question, guys. Now what I'm telling you is, don't click on download 64-bit button. Do not click on this particular button, guys. This particular button, what I'm trying to say, because if you download, if you click on this particular button, you will get an exe file like this. One exe file you will get, like how the JDK something is there, it will say Eclipse Windows 64.exe, and once you install it, it will go ahead and sit into your add or remove programs, guys. Here you will see Eclipse getting listed, so don't use this, guys. Okay, so please do not use this. directly don't click on this download button. Instead, you click on something called as download packages. Download packages. And when you click on download packages, you will see some website like this, and it will give you multiple choices. Like it will say Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers, Eclipse IDE for Java developers, Eclipse IDE for C++ developers, Android developers. There are lots of things, guys. Okay, and depending on your computer, if it is 64-bit computer, you download 64-bit. If not, 32-bit. Okay. Now we can go with either of these two options: Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers, or else Eclipse IDE for Java developers. You can either choose this or either choose this. Anyone will do, guys. Any doubt? Okay, but I'm telling you, always go with this version, because when you get this comes, the second one is part of it. Okay, so if at all you are downloading Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers, this IDE is inside this IDE. Okay, so it's like this. Okay, if at all you just wanna run the core Java, if at all you just want to run the core Java, you can use this. But if you want to run core Java plus something else, you can use the first one. Okay, and there is no harm in downloading the first one or the second one, but I want you to download the first one, because once you download it, I will be able to tell you what is the difference between first one and the second one. Okay, so just download, depending on your computer operating system, download 32-bit or the 64-bit, guys. Okay, either of these two, just download and keep it, guys. All right, and the further configuration about Eclipse IDE we will try to see in the next weekend, guys. Okay, the further configuration about Eclipse IDE we will try to see in the next weekend. Okay, and probably I'm not sure, probably I'll be able to do take classes on the next weekend because I'm traveling, but I will keep you guys posted. Okay, whether I'm, I should be able to tell you very soon, guys. Okay, and depending on that, you can, if at all you guys are still interested in the class, you can definitely join next week's batch. Okay, next week demo class also you can join. And but in the meantime, okay, have these things ready. You have the Eclipse IDE for Java EE developers downloaded on your computer. Install your what is that, Java development kit, and that is it. The basic setup should be ready, guys. Okay, so that's when you can go ahead and practice and all those things. Okay, and that is all about it, guys. Okay, today that's all about it. In the next class, I will take first 15 minutes to configure Eclipse IDE in next weekend. After that, I will start with Java topics, guys. Okay, the actual programming will start from the next weekend, guys. Okay, but first 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I might take how to how to configure Eclipse IDE. Okay, but keep it downloaded on your computers, guys. Okay, so these are some of the older versions: Juno, Kepler, Luna, Mars. The latest one is Neon, guys. Okay, so any doubt, guys? Anything that you want to ask before we end of the class?
You'll be sharing the recorded version, right?
Absolutely, yes. I will be sharing this today's class. That is what you're asking, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be sharing it by today tonight. I should be able to share this recorded video. I'll send you the direct link. Okay.
Okay, okay, sure.
Perfect. Any other doubt before we wind up?
Nothing from my side.
Okay. So if there is no other doubt, anyone else, guys? Any doubt? No? Okay. If there is no other doubt, okay, we'll wind it up. Okay, that's it. And Kiruba today she could not join because she is head up with some other work, she said, and most probably next weekend she'll be joining, guys. All right. So that's it, guys. Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks for joining, guys. Okay, bye bye. Take care.
Thanks, Krishna.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.